Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Sandeep Bose, motivational speaker and communication trainer. I'm here with another new episode of Passion Podcast 2.0. This time, we have a special guest with us joining all the way from Mumbai. He's working currently as the head of sales development with Piramal Pharma Ltd. His name is Jitendra Tiwari. So, Jitendra ji has joined with us, and I'll just allow him in the studio. Welcome, Jitendra ji. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
Okay, so it's a great honor and privilege for me, Jitendra ji, that you have joined today with us, and you will share your knowledge and experience with all the viewers. So, just
Okay.
giving your introduction to my audience. I think you are currently working with Piramal Pharma Limited as a head of sales development. But
Right.
before that, also you have a huge experience in this sector, private sector. So, can you tell something about your journey, your earlier days, and how you started working and as a children or as a teenager? What was your thought process before you joined this industry? What you used to think? What you'll do in future?
Thank you, Sandeep, for calling me for this program first. Uh, uh, you have asked me about my journey during my childhood and entire at the time of education and then in professional life, right?
Right.
When I was a student, then my nature was sci nature, and I was a student of mathematics and statistics. And my dream was join or become a computer software engineer.
Okay.
Uh, since I belongs in a small city of UP called Balia, and at that time only one college have statistics subjects for graduation, right?
Okay.
And at that time the facility was not so much in that town, right?
Okay.
uh, then after graduation I was joined first time in BHU for post graduation with statistics
Banaras Hindu
at,
University.
yeah, Banaras Hindu University, right? Kashi Hindu Vishwavidyalaya. uh, and after that I was joined postgraduate diploma in market research. Since my background was statistics, and I was becoming as a analytics, right, data analytics.
Right.
So I was joined org marg private limited, at that time called org marg private limited, after that acquired by AC Nielsen. uh, AC Nielsen is actually US company,
Okay.
and 7.5 years worked with AC Nielsen in field of market research. Since my background was PG statistics and also PG diploma in market research, but at that time in the market research field, uh, monopoly of IMRB and AC Nielsen. No other
Okay.
companies was there at that time. Currently, many market research companies are here, but at that time, no other good market research company. After 7.5 years worked with AC Nielsen, I found that there is no progress because I have not sufficient knowledge of statistical softwares,
Okay.
because environment was changing, and technology dependency on going on for every company, right?
Right.
Then I was decided to switch my career from market research to sales.
Okay.
But problem was that time when I was going for the interview for the sales in any
Okay.
company. I was facing two important questions from company side. You have no knowledge of sales, and also since I was searching in Mumbai, right? So
Okay.
second question was, you also don't I have knowledge of Mumbai or Maharashtra geography. So I was uh, told to interviewer that since currently uh, I am able to find out the business intelligence, business information from retailers and wholesalers, and getting the business information is tougher than getting the money from any person.
Right.
So my belief that I will be able to find out, I will be able to good salesman since I am already getting the business information without any transaction with retailers and wholesalers. But second question was, I was giving the answer. I was answering of this question. Ki you have don't knowledge of Mumbai geographical area. My answer was at that time, if any employee transferred to new geography, then also that employee has not geographical knowledge of that area.
Right. Right.
But still no company was ready to give me job. Then I was joined uh, uh, one distributor of Castrol Oil Limited, and getting the knowledge of Mumbai and suburb of Mumbai geographical area.
Right.
Uh, then I found the opportunity joined with SC Johnson, earlier called Karamchand Appliances Private Limited. Brand is All Out and Vegan.
Okay.
This is actually mosquito destroyer at
Right.
that
Right.
time.
Yeah.
At that
Very
time,
famous.
All Out, yeah, All Out was leader of the mosquito destroyer
Right.
sector.
Right. Mm.
Uh, then after I have got the opportunity to join Godrej Sarali Limited. Actually, Godrej Sarali Limited was the competitor of AC Johnson because Godrej Sarali Limited brand is Good Night and Hit, right? Uh, and after that, in 2010, uh, up, I was joined 2006 and worked up to 2010. During this period, first time I got the opportunity from corporate side that I should join executive MBA since Godrej Sarali thinking was at that time I will be asset for the company. So we should join executive MBA from Symbiosis Institute Pune,
Okay.
sponsored by Godrej. But unfortunately, 2010, Godrej Sarali was merged with Godrej Consumer Product Limited, and at that time, opportunity was not there because every area, every district has two employees, one from Godrej Sarali and one from Godrej Consumer. So I was decided to switch over to other company, and then I was joined Piramal, at that time called Piramal Healthcare Limited,
Okay.
the part of Piramal Enterprises Limited. I was joined in Nasik and Pune, and as a area business manager. Then after 1 year, I was transferred to Patna since my wife is government teacher in Patna. So
Okay.
I asked for transfer from Nasik to Patna, and company uh, given me
Allowed you.
opportunity to, yeah, allow me to join Patna as area business manager. After that 1 year, I was promoted as a zonal business manager for Punjab, JNK, and Himachal. Uh, I worked 1 year as a zonal business manager. Again, fortunately, at that time, Bihar Jharkhand zonal business manager belongs from Mohali.
Okay.
So he was trying to mutual transfer with me. So then he succeeded and got the mutual transfer, and again I joined at Patna as a zonal business manager. Same team, with same colleagues, and this was the tougher challenge all colleagues, previously all area business managers were colleague of you, and after that you are seniors of them. In
Right.
professional life, this is very challenging situation, that you earlier worked as a colleague and now you are the senior of those employees.
Managing them. Yeah.
Yeah, managing them.
Mhm.
Actually, they if in sales, we you have team, and if team will not accept you as a leader, then you will be not succeed.
Correct.
But in after 1 year, actually one area business manager was there. Actually, he is also good friend. But now
Right.
I was senior of him. He will take some time, but accepted by him as a leader. And after guidance of me, my two colleagues were promoted as a zonal business manager after 1 year of my joining.
Okay.
So this was my big achievement, because first your colleagues should accept as a leader, and after accepting the leader, you should give input for their growth, and they will success. So then after 3 years as a zonal business manager in Bihar, again Piramal leadership asked to me join uh, East zone, including West Bengal and northeastern states. For 1 year, at that time, I was a zonal business manager. My big
Okay.
achievement at that time, I was at that time approximate 120 frontline salesmen in my
Right.
team,
Right.
and their salary was approximate 9,000 per month.
Okay.
And I was able to become champion, zonal champion as a zone, and my all frontline salesmen was got the ticket for Thailand.
Right.
And this was amazing experience. Whole flight was full of my employees who have no experience earlier to any flight, and directly flight to directly get flight for international destination.
Mhm.
And this was actually memorable for moments for me, but this was also big responsibility for me, because they were not aware how we have in different countries, how we have in within flight, right?
Right.
When flight was take off, uh, at that time all employees were shouting in excitement,
Mhm.
right? And then we went for 3 days in Thailand, and uh, last day
So,
one. Yeah,
yeah, I want to ask you one question here because
yeah,
since you are working for so many years and you mentioned about market research, right? So,
right.
अगर आप थोड़ा बताएंगे कि मार्केट रिसर्च एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है मार्केट रिसर्च और मतलब ये क्या कोई
Right.
स्टडी है जो कि हम कोई भी स्टूडेंट कर सकता है या इसका स्कोप ऑफ फ्यूचर क्या है व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट इन
So
फ्यूचर
Mark,
ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट यस
okay. The very good question asked by you, Sandeep. So, actually, market research is the study of different brands, different companies within the market. What is their situation? Because companies have the information of internal data, ki what
राइट
they are selling, how they are selling, right? And what they the value are. But how much market is there? Uh, for example, we take in soap industry, right?
ओके
So
ओके
what is the soap market value in India, and
राइट
in those value, in specific company or specific brand, what he has captured market share. So actually study of market share It's called market research, and research is based
Okay.
on data. Any research based on data, right?
Right.
So
Right. Right.
actually, if you are statistics students and you have qualification of statistics, this is the good sector to join market research. Now many
Okay.
companies are here. So,
Okay.
for example, in pharma companies, which 10 top 10 companies, who will decide?
Right.
These companies are belongs in top 10 position. So
Mhm.
market research companies are decided on the basis of data which has been gathered from market. Market
So
means
we
from
can call this part of statistics, right?
we use statistics, but not part of statistics. With help
Okay.
of statistics, you
Acha.
can done market research.
Figure out the market.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So including sampling, because you can't study whole market, you should
Right.
sampling, done sampling. So which type of town, which type of retailer you should include in your research.
Right.
These all decided with statistical tools.
Okay. Understood. Understood. So, my next question to you is, since this podcast is seen by many people in India and also outside India, also they will see. So, one question I want to ask you in this point, that no matter which company you are working for, sales and
Right,
marketing is a very very crucial department of any company, right?
right,
And I believe, because you are getting the business from that department, right? That
right,
department is responsible for the business of that company. They depend on
right.
that department actually, right? How they
Yeah.
handle customers, how they make relation, how they coordinate, collaborate, right? So I believe, Jitendra ji, that you are also face this challenge of constant pressure and criticism, because it has to be there, because you are working with a leading company and you have tough competitors, and in a especially a market like India, which is a very very competitive, right?
Right,
So
right.
how to deal, matlab, I am asking you that if anybody is watching this podcast, maybe they are facing this problem, that they are receiving constant criticism and constant pressure. So how to deal or how to handle this constant criticism and pressure? How did you handle it, or what should be the approach?
So before giving the answer of this question, Sandeep, first I want to clear that sales is different from marketing. Marketing
Okay.
functions is not sales, and sales function is not marketing,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Marketing is responsible to get the demand from consumer side. So
Okay.
actually, marketing teams are responsible to how the products get the demand, while sales team is responsible to product availability in the market.
Hmm.
So both are different. So
Okay.
different type of actually phrases for sales and for marketing. In sales, you are responsible that every counter, your actually targeted counter, should have their product, so that if any customer will come for that product, he will get product. But how customer will come at the counter, any counter, that responsibility belongs to marketing. So for that purpose, marketing teams create different type of ads, creativity on digital platform, or on in print media, or with a TV or radio, right? So this work belongs with marketing, while every retailer should purchase our product and available for the customer. This responsibility belongs to sales. Now I am coming on your question, that constant pressure and criticism,
Criticism. Yeah.
right? So actually, you should not uh, care about any criticism. You should actually focus on your work. If you are honest and you are doing work with your honesty, then no pressure will come at with you, because leaders knows that peoples are honest and he doing his work honestly. No person wants to lose this type of people. This is the secret of consistent performer in any company.
Okay.
Because many times what's happened, people deviate their focus after getting criticism. You should get feedback from others, but finally you should decide what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
And this come from your inner side.
Right.
When you go on bed, you think that today I have done right or wrong. If your answer is wrong, then you should change the way of working. If your answer is right, you should continue. Don't care
Right.
about any criticism.
Okay. Very
and
well said.
and al- and also second one, pressure. When you feel pressure, when you will not do daily work, you you left today work for tomorrow, then you will feel pressure.
Right.
If you do your work consistently with same rigor on daily basis, then you will find that in the that you find the in no pressure at the end of month. So
Right.
it is my view that if you do your work on daily basis, you feel not pressure. So just like
Right.
when you are a student, right, and you
Right.
will not read daily your book or your course, then at the
Okay.
exam time you will feel the pressure how I will be pass, right?
Right.
The
Right.
same thing in sales or in any work.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Very well said, Jitendra ji. And you mentioned that it is important, to focus on your own work rather than
Yeah,
thinking about the criticism and bothering too much about what others are thinking about
right,
your. So I believe that similarly in your field also deadlines matters a lot because everybody is running after this word deadline, right?
right,
How to manage deadline and how to make deadline meet the deadline.
right,
So uh, you are a manager. More than that, you are a leader. So for a
right,
leader it is important to motivate his team in such a manner that they do the work and meet the deadline because you are also responsible, you are also answerable to your higher management, right? So
right.
how do you meet the deadline or how do you motivate your team members to meet the deadline and get the job done?
Yeah. So, Sandeep, in your previous question, I have answered that you should work on daily basis. So, first, your whole work divided in different part, in a small part actually. What should come first and what should come last, right? And for
Right.
each part of your work, you should decide how actually give the time, how many days that work will take, right?
Okay.
And if any parallel work is required, then also you should track of that one. You can't
Okay.
give the work to team without direction. Which
Right.
part of work is should come first, and which part of work is most important or critical work. If that work will be late, then your whole project will be late, right?
Right.
You should be monitoring according to that, and apart from your overall work. So you should
Right.
not go with overall. First achieve first goal, then thought for the second goal. It
Right.
is for every work. You can't handle that this work will complete up to, suppose that any work required 20 days, right? But in 20 days, every day work decided today this work will be happen, and after day tomorrow this work will be happen.
Right.
Without dividing in a small part, you can't complete the work.
Right. Right. So you are saying that focus on the work that is in your hand right now, this present moment, and then after completing, you can think about the next, and step by step, you can proceed further
Yeah, yeah,
towards towards your goal.
yeah. So suppose that you have one book, and suppose that 500 pages book. So
Right.
when any people say that you should read this book, so first time you should
Hmm.
say this will be 500 pages, but you know the capacity of your how many pages you can read in one day, right?
Okay. Hmm.
And what time currently you are reading. So suppose that you are reading per day 2 hours, and in
Hmm.
2 hours you can read suppose that 10 pages, suppose that, right?
Right. Right.
And you have 20 days timeline, right? So
Right.
with this speed you can achieve or not, first calculate. And if
Right.
required, if per day
Hmm.
your reading hours should be increased, then you should increase your work reading hour.
Right.
So this is actually planning. So before
Right.
you start the work, your planning should be there.
Right. Absolutely. So along with that, similar questions are there, which talks about the you mentioned the goal, right? It is
Right.
important to have a goal and then to work towards that goal. So how do you remain focused on your goal and how you keep yourself aligned or motivated towards achieving that goal? Because again, I say that many problems you face, right? Many
Right.
objections, cross questions,
Right.
something are coming, and it is might happen that you might get diverted, or you might think that this person is saying this, so I have to do this. Maybe it's your manager or higher management. But how to
Right.
believe in yourself and be confident what you're doing, and how to remain motivated and on track to achieve the goal and success.
So for this purpose, Sandeep, you should not take decision individually. You should get feedback from your team members also.
Right.
If you involve your team members and find the different type of suggestions, and if you have any suggestions, suppose that you have any suggestions and your seniors and or your team members are having other suggestions or other way to do the work, right?
Right.
So
Right.
first ask that on which type, on what way we should go for this complete this work, right?
Okay. Hmm.
After getting all inputs, then you should put up it, just like suppose that you said that no, this is the right way. Many people will not buy your idea, right?
Right.
But
Right. Right.
this statement, if you can say, वन माई व्यू, प्लीज टेल मी,
Yeah.
अगर हम ऐसा करेंगे तो कैसा होगा.
Yeah. Right.
So then they feel that you are asking, you are not imposing your decision or your thought. You are
Right.
asking कि which thought is better, and then people will, if your thought is better, right,
Hmm.
your idea is better, so people will buy. And if you will find that the other ideas are better, you should adopt. You should not
Correct.
rigid.
You should be flexible.
Yeah,
Right.
because every not any person is not 100% perfect, and different man's different idea.
Understood. Understood. Uh, Next question for you is that since you are working for a long time, and you have seen the transition because you started working in the early 2000 or maybe late 90s. So you have
Yeah,
seen the transition from that era to this era, post COVID pandemic world. Everything has changed overnight, everything, right?
right,
So
right.
what is the change in sales and in current scenario compared to that era when you started working, or maybe 80s 90s era?
Yeah. So Sandeep, at that time, maximum works were manual, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I remember that for daily reporting, we were using postcard.
Okay.
We write the daily working on postcard, and same day we were posting with that date stamp, so that companies know that at that day where I was working, right? Now you see that every employee has handheld terminal or mobile, right? And with latitude longitude, every company track where you have work, right?
Yeah.
And also every information, every data at that time was manually first write on the paper, make Excel sheets and send. Now different type of softwares for reporting, and you enter in data in market, for example
Right.
order, right? Enter the market, same time after 2 minutes 3 minutes that information gets every person belongs to company which are responsible for sales are tracking that data.
Okay.
So and also suppose that every company today are able to see their distributor which products are short or less are not available at that point, so
Right. Right.
immediately build those products and send to distributors for so availability, right?
Okay.
So actually technology is now uh, playing major role.
Right.
Now person dependency is lesser and
Has
technology
reduced.
dependency, yeah.
Right. Right. So, do you think this is a better thing?
Yeah, this
Depending
is
on
better
technology,
because this is the increase the service level
productivity.
in faster way,
Right. Also, productivity increases the
also
productivity.
productivity, right?
But again, with technology, also there are some challenges, right? Network issues and like that what is going on. So, do you think that sometimes it's a barrier? Technology can become a barrier while
Not
for
barrier,
communication.
actually network, if network problem is there, so your work will not stop, right? You are working, only reporting is stop. When you will
Right.
be network and data will be synced and you got the report. So due to
Right.
network, bad network or network non-availability, your work will be not stop. Your work will be
Right.
continue, but
Right.
no doubt some delay to getting the data.
Okay. 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 So already I had the another questions, but you already answered it. That what is the role of technology in sales? Can you
Right.
give some more ideas or examples? What is the role of technology in sales? I'm particularly pointing out at sales because you are the expert in this. So, apart from the other sectors,
Yeah. So previously, actually, we were not able to find out the previous data of any retailer or any consumer. See what was the purchasing pattern of that retailer, because all were manual work, right?
right,
You
right,
can't you can't find the data, previous data. Now in with technology help, you have data all on your finger. You can tap past history, you find the all purchase patterns of that customer or that retailer, and according to that you make plan to pitch the product, if which product you
okay,
can promote at that retailer or that customer, because his interest is already in terms of past history.
okay,
Second one, big help in sales. Suppose that one employee has left the job, right?
right,
In earlier era, so then every data goes with that employee, and if company have also data, but how new employee will reach those outlets, where those outlets are situated, right? This was very tough task for new employee, searching the outlets which outlet leads provided by company to him, right? search the address, ask the place, and go. Now, with help of mobile, you can tap their latitude, longitude, and you will reach that outlet. Because
Yeah.
every outlet latitude, longitude belongs with company system.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, right now you are working with Piramal Pharma Limited, and your expertise lies in OTC products. So,
Right,
many of the viewers who are not aware of this, I want to tell them that OTC is over the counter, right,
right,
products.
right.
So, can you tell something about this? Like, what is OTC? Why OTC is different compared to a normal drug, and how does it work?
Hmm. Yeah. So Sandeep, actually, OTC industry is growing industry in India and is still not matured industry because this is the mixture of FMCG industry and pharma industry. So products belongs to pharma industry, infra belongs to pharma industry, but work culture just like FMCG industry. Because
Okay.
in pharma industry, we sell prescription products. So doctor prescribed any drug, and the consumer purchase from chemist outlet, especially that drug.
Okay.
While in OTC product, you can purchase products without any prescription. So also OTC products are DL products, drug license products, but if consumer purchase these products without any prescription, those products called OTC products.
Okay.
While those products prescription required, those called pharma, pure pharma products. If doctor prescribe,
Okay.
then chemist can sell those products to concerned consumer,
Okay.
right? I said that OTC industry is mixture of FMCG industry and pharma industry. Why I
So
said
is it difficult, more difficult compared to the drug? I mean, sir, prescribed drug industry, or this is similar, like the challenges?
uh, so challenges are more difficult in OTC industry because in FMCG industries products are actually pull product. Uh, Actually, also having some push products, but maximum products are pull products. So i- companies give ads for pulling their products, right? So consumer aware
Recommended by
about,
somebody.
yeah,
Constantly,
consumer
we are seeing
aware
the
about,
ads, and
yeah. So constantly hit consumer minds that this product is available and this product have these features, right? With help of different type of ads on TV and digital or print or radio, right? Suppose that one day you wake up and find that you have no toothpaste, right? While you are using, suppose that any specific toothpaste, right? You go at the counter and ask those specific toothpaste, and your retailer told you that that is not available. What you will do in this situation? You will go another counter nearby
yeah.
your home, right? Again ask with that retailer for those specific toothpaste. Again that counter said that this is not available. Then what next action of yours? Then you
Right.
will ask that any give me any toothpaste just like that,
Okay.
right? So
Mhm.
generally in FMCG industry, consumer will not search so many place and for so many times. If he will not find out two three retailers, then consumer will switch to another brand. And if
Right.
purchase another brand, right? And if he
Right.
will find good experience with another brand, then he will switch permanently that brand.
Right.
So previously you were using a brand, Now you will be use B brand, since A
Okay.
brand was not available at the time of purchasing.
Hmm.
So service is very important in FMCG industry.
Okay.
While in pharma industry, if doctor prescribes a specific drug, right,
Right.
then you will search those products. So in same case, if you will find those drugs, you will not find those products in one counter. Then you will go second counter. Then you will go third counter. After that, you will ask to those retailers that can you bring these products in evening or tomorrow morning.
Hmm.
You will not switch because these products prescribed by doctor, and you believe
Right.
that doctor will give right product to me.
Okay.
So in pharma industry, if distributors means those agency we purchased directly from company,
Right.
if distributors will not give service to retailers, still
Hmm.
retailers are bound to purchase those products from distributors.
Oh,
In
understood.
FMCG industry, if distributor will not give service to retailers, then maybe possible retailers will purchase another product and push
Okay.
to consumer those products, right?
Okay. Right. Right.
OTC industry, actual infra means distributors belongs to pharma. They are not habitual to provide good level of service,
Hmm.
just like FMCG.
Hmm.
And OTC products required similar type of service of FMCG. So challenges is there. You have pharma infra, and you should get the service just like FMCG from pharma infra, while they are not habitual to provide this type of service.
Hmm. 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 Okay.
So suppose that if uh, you have headache, right? You go to chemist counter and ask that give me Ceridan, right?
Okay.
And if Ceridan will be not available at that time, chemist point, then chemist
Hmm.
will ask you that Ceridan is not available. Please take this drug. It is also good for the headache. Then
Right.
at that time you will be not think about Ceridan. You will think about your headache, and
Hmm.
you want to cure that. So you will
Hmm.
purchase that drug, and
Hmm.
if that drug will work and you will get benefited from that drug, then you will
Hmm.
be purchase next time. Then you will be purchase that drug only.
Yeah.
So service
Okay.
service part is playing major role,
Major role.
differentiation between pharma and FMCG.
Understood. Very well explained. I think now, if anybody has any doubt, they are able to understand the difference. And now, here I want to ask you some questions about your personal life also, because uh, so the thing is that in every person's life there is some kind of turning point, right? So for you
Right,
also, you came to Mumbai from uh, Bihar, and then you struggled in the initial stages, like everybody does. But then
right.
today you are at a very prestigious position. So, two questions I will ask you. Uh, how do you see this transition from a young boy coming from Bihar to a city which is called the city of dreams? And from there, now you are heading a pharmaceutical company's OTC, products and all. How do you see this transition right now at this point of time?
Actually, first transition was turning point was that I was decided to switch from market research to sales. This was a
Hmm.
tough decision because at that time I was married and I have a son at
Hmm.
that time, and
Right.
you are doing a good service with a multinational company, and
Hmm.
now you are deciding to switch, and no other companies are ready to give job in
Right.
new sector, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for that, if you have belief, so I want to share one statement with which was given with my wife at that time.
Right.
So I promised to my wife at that time we will struggle for 1 year, but after 1 year I will give better life, better facility in comparison to current time, if you
Okay.
will believe on me, because I believe on myself.
Okay.
And this belief on yourself, anybody can do anything. So first this is very important thing, you should believe on yourself, you can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second turning point was in 2007. I was met with accident, major accident, and in
Yes.
Navi Mumbai.
Okay.
At that time I was hospitalized for 15 days, and in 15 days I was uh, in coma for 4 days,
Okay.
right? But after recovering with this incident, I
Mm.
find the strength of your relation.
Right.
Mumbai was new for me at that time, because I came in 2006, and this incident was happened 2007, right?
Right. Right.
My many wholesalers, I especially mentioned the name of one wholesaler,
Sure.
firm name, Karani Enterprises in Navi Mumbai, came in hospital
Mm.
with full of money bag. While
Okay.
my relation is only that I was working with Godrej Sarali and he was wholesaler,
Right.
right? But
Right.
giving day-to-day service and
Mm.
good relations with that wholesaler. Both
Right.
brothers, actually, they are Rajesh Bhai and Nikhil Bhai. Both brothers came with one jute bag, and that jute bag was full of money.
Okay.
He, which money required uh,
Treatment for
medication
the
of my,
treatment.
yeah, for treatment for that time, they were ready to give the money,
Right.
right? When I was recovered, then I found that money and these physical things are not so important. Actually, relations are so important. If you are
Yes.
have good relations, had good thoughts for others people, then
Mm-hmm.
you will give return to in future.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
then I decided in my life that I will give help, and
Mm.
without no expectation.
Right.
So it is not necessary if you will give drinking water to a person. Uh,
Mm.
in future, the same a person will provide the drinking water to you. But
Absolutely.
it is necessary that someone provide to drinking water when you require.
Mm-hmm. True.
And third one, if you have knowledge, right, any for anything, you should
Mm.
share with others without
Yes.
hesitation, that those knowledge will be accepted by others or not. Suppose
Mm.
that you are sharing your knowledge to 100 peoples, and if
Yeah.
single people's life will be changed with your sharing knowledge, then your life is success.
Mm. So I just I just searching about some data, and I got a
Yeah,
news feed actually.
yeah,
What are the top 10 universities in India? You know,
okay,
and there I found out that so it is not any random ranking. It is a ranking of NIRF. Okay. So
okay,
IISC Bangalore is the number one. Then JNU Delhi, Jamia Millia Islamia New Delhi, Jadavpur University. You are in Kolkata, so it's in
yeah,
Kolkata.
yeah,
Then Amrita Vishwa Vidyapitham in Coimbatore, and in number six, your university BHU Varanasi. is
Right.
there,
Yeah.
right? So,
Right.
yeah. So, how's your experience? I would like to ask you when you were studying there, and also I would like to ask you about your experience when you are doing the MBA. So that time MBA was not very common. Nowadays, many of the people are doing it. But how's your experience of BHU and the MBA that you have pursued?
Yeah. So when I was
And also,
studied,
also one
yeah,
more thing is key learning. We everybody is
right.
doing certification, but what is your key learning from these two universities? Because I believe Jitendra ji, that you have met with some great people, some great professors, and it was a great environment also.
Right. So actually, Sandeep, when I was selected for the PG course from BHU, I came from a small city, as earlier told, Balia, and
Yes,
my
yes,
previous background was Hindi medium education, right?
right.
And in BHU, first time, and also not studied in any co-education college, right? Before that,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
so totally different environment was there for me. All students were is speaking in English, uh, and naturally I was not able to speak in English. So I had some inferiority complex at that time.
Okay.
But fortunately, I have made two good friends. One is currently uh, in UP government secretariat.
Okay.
He is a statistical officer and now converting as a information officer. Right.
Right.
Uh, Two friends gives me confidence that you have no knowledge of English language. It means you are not good. Uh, it, 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 it is not right. You have knowledge of product, subjects. So English or Hindi just like a communication language,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
If you are communicated to audience uh, clearly with Hindi or English, does not matter, right?
Okay. Right.
Because in world, uh, every people does not know every language, right?
Correct. Correct.
So how language is the uh,
Barrier.
parameter parameter to measure the
Parameter.
which person is good or bad in any subject, right? Uh, so first, I find two good friends from BHU. Second one, some professors were there. Actually, when I was reading, I was studying statistics. That random words are sampling words was I aware about that, but random sampling, cluster sampling, these type of words came, and then find out that how I will survive for the post graduation in statistics.
Right.
But I used the Ratta method at that time
Yeah.
and survived.
Yeah.
But when I was studied MBA from Symbiosis, at that time I were able to use the different statistical tools in business, because at that time I was used Ratta method. But what was the use of those principles, those tools? I was not aware. In education systems actually now these are changing, but previously only give the subject knowledge and not use of those subjects. So you know that this is the sampling, this is the random sampling, this is the cluster sampling, this, but where these will be used and how used. So one raw example. Suppose that you are cooking the rice. right?
Yeah.
Also, you are using the statistics.
Right.
Now the era of cooker, but before that, in open part, people's cook uh, rice. So for that rice, ready or not ready, you measure with take one two rice and
Check.
check that rice is ready or
Properly
not
cooked.
ready. On the basis of that, you decided that whole rice is ready. This is sampling. So you collected some sample, checked, and uh, got inferences that your rice is ready for eating, right? The use of subjects, actually at that time I was not aware, and that learned in Symbiosis, Pune, at the time of doing MBA.
Right.
But BHU gives me confidence. Actually, earlier I was studied in Balia, but BHU gives me confidence. I can do anything if I will be ready to do. I will decide to do. And so that one mathematics student uh, came in sales, because earlier I was afraid with targets. In sales, targets will be there, and if I will not achieve the end of month, then company will fire
What
me.
will happen?
What will be? The company will fire me. Just this fear was there that time.
So,
And also one change from BHU, when I was entered in BHU, at that time I was introvert, but some level I changed my style, and now I will be not and actually I am not afraiding the expressions of my views or discussing with anybody without caring the mistakes during discussion, because mistakes, if mistakes will be happen, that will be removed in future.
understood. So, you mentioned many things like you were a shy children, I mean teenager, and then you are afraid of sales, and what will happen? You will be
and
fired, and all
and
this.
now I am heading sales.
Exactly, that's the point. Like you used to think something else, and you had some notions in your head, but now you are doing the exactly the same thing. So, how important is to have challenges in our lives, and how important is to come out of the comfort zone in order to grow?
Yeah, so actually fear is always there till time when you will be not faced. Suppose that parents always give fear to
Protects.
children that I will slap, right? If you will do this work, uh, children fear till time when actually he had not got slapped, right? One time he got slapped, then he feel that, oh, यही होता है, then fear will go out, right? So similarly, if any person are fearing with any topics or any activity or any subject, when he will entered, then he will, to first you should get confidence to enter. Suppose that one at the time of learning swimming, right? Always you have fear before entering in the water. After entering the water, you exercise, you and learn the swimming, right? So not think about the whole subject or whole activity. You first you entered, If you entered, then you maybe possible sometimes you will get failure, right? But with that failure, you will learn some new thing, and in future you will succeed.
Right.
And one thing I want to share, Sandeep, your education always matters. Sometimes people search that this job is not satisfactory because it is not related with my subject. But always your subject help to complete the work with perfect way. So education always help. In sales, when I came in sales, at that time my thinking was that how statistics will help in sales.
Correct.
But in different situation, when analyze different situation or different factors came with me, my statistics will always help to find out the solution.
This is a very important point, Jitandraji. Like,
Yeah.
knowledge is always there to
Work.
guide you and support you
Yeah. Yeah.
throughout your life. This I have seen
Right.
in my life also, and you mentioned that today also. So many people, they do the engineering. After that, they become
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. Like myself, I have done hardware networking, but I am a communication trainer. So
Right.
my parents ask me that why you have done this. So I tell them that because of my that knowledge, hardware networking, I can solve any problem, be it in my
Right.
home or in my office or anywhere. If somebody is facing, I can give the solution. So that is actually
Right.
helping me in
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
in my work also, right?
Right.
So we are at the end of the podcast, Jitendra ji, and I would like to thank you once again for giving this time, because I know that you are very busy and you live alone also right
Yeah.
now. So a lot of works are there which you have to do on the weekends. But then also you have came and you have enriched our podcast with your experience and knowledge. So I would like to thank you once again to you. And you want to say anything about this platform? We are reaching to many people through this platform, and we will have many other guests in the upcoming future as
So
well. So
actually,
any
Sandeep,
message?
before that, I was not aware that this type of platform to share our view. Because in our discussion, I have said that I want to share my knowledge to others. Because when any person will die, that knowledge will not goes with that person. So those knowledge should be shared with others, so others people will be benefited
Can be
and
benefited.
take and they make their life easy. So
Right.
thanks for calling to this program and introduce this platform. Thank you.
Yeah, it really means a lot and appreciative. And one question actually was suggested by one of my colleagues. So I actually, we are, because of the short of time, we are not able to ask you some more questions. Would love to have you more with us, but before you go, quickly, if you can address this question which was sent by uh, him, that he asked this question, that uh, how do you do the planning? Like every year, do you have the similar kind of plan for the sales, or each year you are, I believe that definitely it's a constantly changing, so you have to make some changes, moderating something, update something, upskill your employees also at the same time. So do you go with this particular strategy which you have carrying for many years, or like these companies are carrying for many years, or you change it year after years and modify, and like a SOP, there is a SOP, right? So
Yeah.
how
So
this, yeah.
Sandeep, actually, basic never change.
Hmm.
Basic never change. You can add something, but basics always be there. If you leave basics, then anything you will add, it will be not succeed. So basics should be there. No doubt, some adoptions of different things you should add other things for making the plan, but you should stick with your basics and principles, and also don't actually uh, leave your principles for getting any success.
Right, right. And one more final questions for you, because you are working in a prestigious position also. Nowadays, post-pandemic, people are fearing about their life a lot. They have gone through many challenges, mentally, physically as well. Now also, we are seeing some rise in the COVID-19 virus, and many people are afraid because of this. Old people. So, how do you keep yourself fit, physically and mentally, in order to be 100% in your work?
So I use yoga 15 minutes, 20 minutes daily, and 1 hour walking. No other exercise I do. 1 hour walking in morning, and 15 minutes yoga. And
Right.
I use one thing also I want to share. Actually, I use Ayurveda, not allopathy.
But you are working for a company which
Yeah, I
produces.
am working for yeah, right.
Hmm. Great, great. Okay, Jitendraji, thank you once again for coming and enriching our podcast. And
Thank you,
for
Sandeep.
those who don't, yeah, for those who don't know that also you are taking the classes so regularly to improve your communication. So it's a very
Right,
proud moment for me that I was able to help you in order to get better with your communication and improvement.
right.
So all the best to you in your
Thank you,
career,
Sandeep.
and,
Thank you.
and
And same for you.
we'll
So you are helping to many people to improve their communication. One of them I am here, right? And it is fortunate for me that I am sharing my knowledge with you and your viewers. Thank you to you and your viewers.
okay. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. And
Sure.
take care and
Yeah.
be
Bye.
happy as you are always. Okay. Bye
Yeah.
bye.